After the amazing response of episode 1, we thought long and hard about how the viewer could get to know Greg on a more personal level. So, 2 friends sitting in front of the fire chatting, completely unedited.
What he does, he blows my mind up.
Coffee with the King.
Greg, it's been an amazing few days with you, but I just wanted to sit down and have a cup of coffee and just slow it down a bit. Just take the pace out of it, because it's been crazy, and I don't know how you deal with all of this that's going on in your life right now.
Yeah, it has been really intense. I've got 2,500 emails that require answering.
Really?
And I've showed you through them, and I've gone scroll down, and it takes a minute or so just to scroll down them, and they all require personalised answering. So we thought we'd have a little fireside chat and answer their questions that they've kind of put forward to us.
Yeah, but you had 2,500 emails yesterday. How do you even go through all of those? Does that happen every day?
Well, to actually answer their emails, it would take about 3 months full time.
Yeah, you couldn't do it.
You just can't do it. And there's all the other accounts like Twitter and Facebook. And all the multimedia. But I'm getting love bombed, absolutely love bombed.
Yeah.
And I was doing screen captures of the love bombs without the name, and then just putting them in a folder and then putting them up on Facebook. So there'd be 80 love bombs. Yeah. And I'd have to do that twice a day. So there's 160 love bombs a day.
That's too much work. You couldn't
Well,
do that.
it was great. Someone else has picked up my logo and got the best love bombs and then stuck them in one image for the day and put those up. So that's just fantastic. We're in a new age now, and we've got a whole other attitude to everything. And we've rejected all the sort of blue chip, warmongering, drug dealing, government propaganda lies, and now we're actually creating the whole new age. I can't think of another term other than new age. We're creating a new age now, and we're all in on it, and we're creating a new age in terms of royalty, in terms of government and governance and taxation and banking and law and religion.
But have you created all of this? Have you helped design all these things?
Yeah. Well, yes. And I've been part of it, and I've been invited to be part of it on a larger level. And I've been tested all my life on this. I've been on this for for 40 years, since I was 18.
Yeah.
And it's just coming to fruition. So I've got all this information, put out the legal documents, and I think it's a combination of the legal documents and the Aramaic Christian prayer for the new age that's kind of got people solidified on me.
Yeah.
And it's also the fulfillment of prophecy. So I started to read the prophecy in the Bible and use the definitions of words in the Bible to find out what it was really about. And I found out that the Bible is really a book of prophecy hidden inside a religion.
Yeah.
And so the religion has a lot of dogma around it, but at least it survives for a couple of thousand years. And then when you've got the key, you can pluck out the prophecy out of the Bible and you go, hang on a minute, it's just happening. So I was doing that, and it was happening now, or was expected to happen. And a lot of it's happened over the last 3 to 6 years.
But a lot of that you're saying is very complex to explain to someone who's got no history or knowledge about these things. So I actually noticed on the production side of it, on my side of it, we had a few questions that people were sending us. And I thought it could be fun if we just went through some of these questions. One of the main ones was this sword that you talk about. So explain that to me again.
The sword was given to me at 10 p.m. on Leap Day 2012. And I was instructed to sleep with it and then hold it up to the castle that night.
What's the name of this?
That morning. It's the sword of the Duke of Saxon, Coburg and Gotha.
But you see, I don't understand the significance of it.
It's the real sword of the King of England.
Right.
Plus a lot more. And it's the second highest sword on the planet. And then I tried to find the highest sword on the planet, which is El Shaddai, which is Moses' sword. And then I realized he didn't actually have a sword, he had a staff.
He was always carrying it, wasn't he?
He was,
yeah.
He was. So I think what I was given was actually the highest sword on the planet. So I slept with it that night as instructed. It's a beautiful sword, it's absolutely lovely. And so I slept with it and then rolled over and slept with it. And then I got up in the morning and held the sword up to Moorish Castle, which is a castle with giants, which is related with kingship. And that was, Moorish is the moros is the root word of mulberry. And David, as in King David, hid under the mulberry tree twice. So that was my initiation into the house of David. And what it says is the house of David is not a direct line, a bloodline. It's by secondary means, which includes initiation.
Right.
So holding the highest sword on the planet up to Moorish Castle on the 1st of March 2012 was my initiation into the house of David.
Strange,
you know?
How did that feel? Is it hard to take in?
Kind of, well, you know, I received a whole lot of titles that day, 1st of March.
So this was going on.
You know, honestly, when you get a proper initiation and you get knighted with a sword and you've earned it and it's all genuine,
feels great.
You know, just you know, it's really good. It's just
the power.
Yeah, no, you actually, if it's proper, you really feel the power.
Is everybody in that situation that was there on those days? Are they still in touch with you? They say, "Hey, how's it going?" And
they were for 3 years.
Yeah.
And what we did then was we were chosen. The two of us were chosen.
Two of you. Who's the other person?
Yeah, Francisco Manuel. He was my co-author. He had the sword. We were chosen to represent the End Times New Age.
Which is where we are now.
Yeah, we did it in 2014, and it's now 2020, and people are feeling it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I relate it like this. If you got the designer of a car, it's generally 6 years later from the design to when the person can buy that vehicle, right?
Yeah.
So the vehicle we designed in 2014, you are now experiencing the ride in that vehicle 6 years later.
Oh, it's a hell of a ride.
I know. Everything's changing.
With what's been going on recently, I mean, the madness of all of this, you know, one of my favorite expressions was, I was telling my friend, I said, listen, I'm going to go and interview this man in England who claims he has this right to ascend the throne. And he said, you're talking science fiction. And it took me a second, and I said to him, I said, look at your life. You've been banged up for 3 months, locked down, can't see your loved ones. You got to wear a mask to go out. They tell you to stay in, go out, can't go here. I said, what science fiction? We're living in science fiction. So I understand that. It's the changing of times. It's just, is this all sort of tied in as well, though? I mean, is this all, you talk about biblical prophecies, is this all predicted this is going to happen?
Well, the funny thing is that the New Age began with grown men sipping beer through a straw. Because they got the mask on, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that's like, you know, a lot of it's comedy, but it started off as the coronavirus, which means we crown him. Yeah. And then they realized that because I claimed it. And then they changed it to COVID-19, which is Certificate of Vaccination ID 19. You know? So it's all made up. They want to vaccinate people so that they can't think for themselves. And they have an ID chip in the vaccine. Yeah. And so they can beam 5G into that ID chip, and that will control that person's thinking reaction processes.
So a lot of this,
which is in the Bible, is 666.
Really, the mark of the beast.
And it also says that those people will never rest. So we can't have that.
What do you mean never rest? Never sleep?
Well, yeah, with the ID chip, they can go when you're trying to sleep. You know, when you get into a certain state of consciousness where you're dreaming how life should be, and balancing out every action and inaction and conflict in the day. Okay. Right, so you'll only be living in your conscious and unconscious mind and never reach into your subconscious, which is, you know, what we really want to be doing is accessing our subconscious and using that to create the new age we're in now, which is the age of Aquarius.
Yeah.
And I was put in charge of to represent the vehicle for the changeover from the old age of Pisces to the new age of Aquarius. And that was 2 40-day periods. And what we've just been through now is another 2 40-day periods.
The quarantine, 40 days.
Well, yeah, it was from 12th, 13th of May, 12th, 13th of March 2020 to Queen Elizabeth II's uncelebrated birthday on the 21st of April. That's 40 days. And then it was another 40 days to the 30th, 31st of May 2020. And that was when things started to lift. Yeah, people started to get back to work as predicted. And the message, the code for 40 days is a larger kingdom, and the code for 40 days is a kingdom for longer. So what it means is a larger kingdom for longer. And I think what they're doing now is they're giving us another 40-day period from the 31st of May, to for the 1,000 years of peace. So 3 40-day periods. And you can't really close down the world again.
We're not going to believe it again, I think.
You won't even believe it in the history books. So I'll actually probably try to remove 120 days out, and then we'll actually start the year again on 1st of April, which is how it used to be in biblical times.
April.
So the 1st of April wasn't April Fool's, it was actually New Year's Day, and then they changed it to April Fool's and fiddled with the dates. So.
Wow. You mentioned one of the other questions we've had a lot is what is going on with the royal family? Now you must have some intel about this. You must know what's going on.
I have no intel on it.
No, really?
I actually have no interest in them. I know that I'm the king and I'm proving it and it's acting and I'm getting all of these signs and symbols and documentary crew and all these love bombs.
Yeah.
And they're just scratching their head. And Prince William's getting interviewed by Melchett, and Prince William's going, I've got no shoes, I've got no socks, and I've got no trousers, which is William saying that he's the emperor with no clothes. Mm-hmm. And he also bowed down to the camera and he's totally bald here. So he's showing he's no hair. He's no hair and no emperor.
Yeah.
You know? And we're getting a lot of those signs, and Prince Andrew's just been kicked out of any official position.
Yeah.
Prince Charles is using clearly a body double.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I saw that. It did look a bit suspicious, actually, when you pointed it out to me.
And Prince Edward was actually convicted of pedophilia in New Zealand.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you've got massive, shocking information. What did you tell me the other day? You told me the bloodline, when you mentioned the bloodline was all illegitimate, and then you told me the real father of Princess of the Queen is
Winston Churchill.
Winston Churchill. I mean, why was that never? How have they managed to keep that secret this long?
Well, it's not going to be secret much longer. Winston Churchill was the illegitimate son of King Edward VII, who was himself illegitimate. And I was speaking to someone who'd done a Masters of History at a university in London, and they said, well, they actually teach that Winston Churchill was the illegitimate son of Edward VII. They actually teach it in the university, right? So they'll soon be teaching that Queen Elizabeth II is the illegitimate daughter of Winston Churchill. So she's the twice illegitimate granddaughter of Edward VII.
Because you claim madness, isn't it?
Well, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. And the Queen's got a body double called Mrs. Sanderson.
The one that's always on the TV that does.
Well, Mrs. Sanderson's actually on the coins, not Queen Elizabeth II. Right? And the Matrix got hold of that, maybe before I told them, obviously. And they named him Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson.
Oh, from the film.
Right?
Really?
Anderson. Mr. Sovereign Anderson. Mr. Sanderson. Yeah. So, it's out there. It's out there.
So, the way that you explained it to me is the entire line is all illegitimate. They should never have been there.
From Queen Victoria to the present, there's 2 legitimates, and that was King George VI and Prince Charles. But their fathers or mothers were illegitimate, so it's a nullity. There's actually 23 illegitimacies on the main trunk line from Queen Victoria to Prince William and Prince Harry, and only 2 legitimates.
So right now, before you achieve your goals, there is no legitimate person to take over the throne. Once Queen Elizabeth abdicates, Charles is supposed to take it over, and then Charles's children have the opportunity. It'd be William, wouldn't it?
Completely not.
I love it when you do this to me.
What I did was I put in a statement to 10 Downing Street to David Cameron.
Cameron, what year was that in 2000?
We sent it on the 24th of June 2010, and 3 weeks later I rang up the government and said, have you received the letter? And they said, maybe. And then ring us back at the end of the week. So I rang them back at the end of the week and I said, have you received the letter? And they said, no.
Did you send
literally
it
like that? Literally like
No.
that. So what I did is I got a copy of the letter with a covering letter saying this is a copy, a scan of the letter that we delivered, and here it is again. So I delivered it to 10 Downing Street, and they wouldn't accept it. So they accepted letters from protesters before and after. So they instructed me to go and deliver it to the post office box at the Army and Navy stores. And that letter was requesting a meeting with David Cameron in Scotland to discuss the legitimacy and illegitimacy of the British royal family. And David Cameron is actually an illegitimate descendant of King William IV. And as you know what he was like, he was just avoiding anything of any value, really. He didn't achieve anything.
Yeah.
Politicians are standing up. David Cameron served 6 years. He did not achieve anything at all, So David Cameron took it to Queen Elizabeth II and said, is there any truth in this letter?
So he did get it, though?
He did get it the second time. He did
Got
get
the
it,
second one.
possibly the first time as well, but he did get it the second time. And he took it to Queen Elizabeth II and she said yes, right? So in 2010, Queen Elizabeth II gets the letter in August and she instructs Prince William to choose a wife from his 3 girlfriends and announcing an engagement, get married, and then have a child. Right?
So that letter started the pressure
Yeah.
to get him wed.
I've been pressurising the British royal family to make their own mistakes from 1980. If you're a complete braggart, it would be called running the British royal family. So I've been doing that since I was a teenager. And yeah, I can tell you it gets deeper and deeper the further back you go. So it's kind of, hey, how would you put it? I'm not an initiate of any organised secret society, like Freemasons.
Yeah, that was it.
I'm not any of that. I'm not into that, right? But I've had natural initiations, if you know what I mean. And that might be, what do you call it? A bolt of lightning.
Yeah, that was a question
a
we had.
mystical experience. So we've got to get back to, so the British royal family. So I want to tell you about the laws of succession, right? So how I arranged the laws of succession. So Queen Elizabeth gets the letter in August 2010 and she instructs Prince William. So he selects a partner to become engaged to.
Right.
And then they get married. So this is all distraction because they're flat lie royal. They're not royals, right? So they just deal in distractions. And their distractions are births, deaths, and marriages and engagements and handbags and fashion parades and presenting themselves at charities.
Yeah.
And none of that is real kingship. It's not about that at all. Kingship's actually about serving the people. And actually being the sovereignty, like registering the property that people have invested in and registering it. And under Queen Elizabeth II, she's the Regis.
Yeah.
Register. And 82.7% of all mortgages under Queen Elizabeth II are not correctly registered. So she is, how would you call it, an irresponsible, incompetent, bordering on national sabotage, when you actually look at what she's done. Anyway, so in order to protect our challenge to the throne, Queen Elizabeth II came up with this idea of changing the laws of succession and selling it to the people.
All right.
Right? So what she did is she actually got New Zealand lawyers. New Zealand lawyers hate me, right? So you'd think that they would do absolutely everything they could to find against me.
Yeah.
And they really tried, right? They really tried. So the first thing they go with the laws of succession is they're going to sell it. So they sell it like this. They go, religious equality. Anyone of any religion can become the monarch, right?
What? I mean, anyone of any religion?
Catholics can now become the monarch.
When did they change this?
This is 2014, right? And then they go, if the firstborn is a girl over the secondborn is a son, the firstborn girl can become queen and the son would just be a prince.
Right.
Secondborn son, right? And so, gender equality, yay! And the third one is that only the children of Prince Charles can become king.
Right.
Right? Charles, Prince of Wales, can become king. But what the New Zealand lawyers failed to acknowledge, because they don't know anything down there, really, they failed to acknowledge that Prince Charles does not have any legitimate children.
What? I mean, there's been rumours about Hewitt, James Hewitt being Harry's father. So what about the other one? What about William?
See, simultaneously as they were writing this, I had toppled Queen Beatrix of the Netherlands and toppled King Juan Carlos of Spain, and that was on the 31st of May 2014 at 10 a.m. That was when he started to announce that King Juan Carlos was going to abdicate, and I had the Portuguese Navy come to my sea view about 50 meters away and be there for 15 minutes and then be there for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And get a rubber dinghy that they have, offload it and then go up and down my coastline to make a very obvious sign to me. Coastline was only about 60 yards wide. While this was happening about King Juan Carlos, and I actually predicted that. King Juan Carlos is actually the biological natural father of Prince William of England, right?
You're joking.
No, I'm not. I'm not. So, how do I put this? Prince Charles of England, Charles Prince of Wales, is the royal runt. He's about 5'7.5", weighs about 10.5 stone. He's got stick out ears. He's a very unattractive male, and even Prince Philip said he's a girl in a man's body, right? That's called the royal runt, and no one is allowed to breed off the royal runt. They usually kill them, but in this case they let Charles live, right? So Queen Elizabeth herself hinted, possibly directly personally with Diana, daughter-in-law, thanks for coming into the family. Can you do me a favour and don't breed with Charles? He's the royal runt, and we'll cover for your affairs.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll cover for your affairs. So Diana has 4 affairs with King Juan Carlos of Spain, and 3 are known about from August 1986. They were known about, and they were published in the Spanish Hello magazine.
Oh, hola, yeah.
Hola. Yeah. So the first affair was the conception of Prince William, right? And that conception was actually on my 20th birthday because they knew that I was the king. So they were marking me, and Diana was born 77 days before me. She knew that I was the fulfillment of all of these prophecies. Hamashiach, all the
See,
ones. All the three major.
This is what he does. He
prophecies.
blows my mind up with things.
I'm
like
still
that.
trying to tell the laws of succession story, right? So Diana has a child with King Juan Carlos of Spain, who was then kind of, the alpha male of the Mediterranean European kingship. He was kind of at his peak. So they conceived a child on my 20th birthday. And then Diana then has an affair with James Hewitt and produces Prince Harry, and Prince Harry is born on my 23rd birthday. Right?
I mean, this is what you're telling me about markers and signs and signals.
Yeah, you just can't make the stuff up.
Let's take a break.
So, in the laws of succession, the New Zealand lawyers, right, we've got to get Greg Helen out of the way, right? Got to get him out of the way. So only the children of Prince Charles can be king. Prince William is King Juan Carlos. Prince Harry is James Hewitt's. But Prince Charles, Charles Prince of Wales, has 3 other children who are illegitimate, right? He had one when he was 16, conceived on Camilla Parker Bowles' 18th birthday, and his name is Simon Charles Day, and he grew up in Gosport, and he became a telecommunications engineer in Australia. And during that pregnancy, Charles was removed to Adelaide in Australia, to the small town. And so Camilla could get pregnant, they wouldn't bond too much. And when that child was born, Simon Charles Day, he actually went to Adelaide and lived in the same places that Charles was when he was gestating. Get it?
No.
Okay.
To be honest.
On Camilla Parker Bowles' 18th birthday, Charles, who's 16, conceives a child with Camilla. Yeah. Charles gets sent to Adelaide. Yeah. Camilla gets put into hiding while she gives birth.
Yeah.
That child's born and goes to Gosport
Yeah.
And then when that child grows up in Gosport, he gets to 18, he then goes to Adelaide in Australia, the same place. Subconsciously, he went to the same place that Charles was hiding.
Okay, now I'll follow you. Okay.
While during the gestation, right?
Yeah.
And when Simon Charles Day was growing up, he was drugged with kind of a date rape drug in grapefruit juice, and they ground his teeth back while he was unconscious so he wouldn't look like Camilla. They pinned his ears back, and one of them's badly damaged, so he wouldn't look like Charles, and they injected his eyes with brown pigment so he didn't have blue eyes. And when he woke up, he said it felt like someone had rubbed sandpaper over his eyeballs, right? So he thought something was going on. He started to leak it out in about 2011. I picked up on it. I was kind of the first to clarify his information and promote it, you know. So the point of the story is that Charles has an illegitimate son, right, who was born, I think it was 1965, 66.
So yeah, he's in his 50s now.
Yeah. And then Charles, Prince of Wales, had a child with a maid in Balmoral Castle. She was 18 at the time. And that girl is now 53. And someone gave me the details on her last night. Said she's horrible.
Really?
And so what happened is I'd go and stay in a friend's castle. And, they just invite me from New Zealand. They got one of my books called How to Take Over the World of Right Royal Con, which is kind of rip-shitting and busting through the flat right royal family before I knew my position. And so I'd go and hang out in his castle. We're out the back, having a cup of tea in there. And this big ride-on mower is just doing the lawns in front of the castle, right? And he comes around and he gets off and he's mowing the lawns. He says, I love mowing lawns. I love it. It wasn't even his job. He just likes being on, ride-on lawnmowers around castles. And he says, I'm the British SAS.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you a few tidbits. So he tells us about, Charles having a daughter with a chambermaid in Balmoral Castle when he's 18, right? And there's another one on top, right? So Charles has 3 illegitimate children, and he's a house father to William and Harry, who are not his, right? And then the laws of succession say that only the children of Prince Charles can be king.
And he doesn't have any.
And he doesn't have any legitimate children.
Legitimate ones.
Yeah. So that was kind of good of Queen Elizabeth II to get the lawyers to show that the only person who could inherit the throne would be the children of Prince Charles, which is no one. Right? So it was an abandonment of the throne. Now that was finally resolved. The laws of succession were finally resolved in 2014. Yeah, but it was backdated to the 25th of April 2013. Yeah,
right.
So why?
Why
would you do that?
I was just going to ask why.
Well, the reason why. Thank you for the question. The reason why is that I was registered in the Holy See as a member of the Star family on the 25th of April 2013. The Star family is the Jesus Mary lineage. And the person who registered me was the Sangreal, who's kind of the highest in the bloodline. He's the male primogeniture of the Jesus Mary lineage bloodline, which generally comes through, most prolifically comes through Mecklenburg-Strelitz. Mecklenburg-Strelitz. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best I can do. So what Queen Elizabeth II had done by saying only the children of Prince Charles could inherit the throne or get onto the throne, and that negated Prince Charles, who's the royal run, negated his official offspring, William and Harry, and raised the issue of Prince Charles' 3 illegitimate children, exposed the issue of Princess Diana having multiple affairs with other people, exposed the issue of Prince Charles never leaving Camilla Parker Bowles, and exposed the issue that I had been registered in Holy See as a member of the Jesus Mary lineage and was therefore above all royalty in the United Kingdom of Europe. Yeah? And the rules of the game are that no one in the royal families of Europe or the United Kingdom are allowed to say anything against me.
Do not allow anyone to tell you that it cannot be done. To free the earth from the miseries of disease and to harness the energies, industries, and technologies of tomorrow.